chance of me becoming UK Prime Minister within the next 10 years is somewhere near 100%, because I'm one of the most well-known people on the planet who can self-fund, and everybody understands, even if you don't like me, I get things done. I will be the next UK Prime Minister. I guarantee that there is a timeline that everybody is going to live in. Every single person watching this video at some point in the future is going to watch me become the Prime Minister of the UK, and I will fix every single problem.
All right, so breaking news with Based and Bougie. So Andrew Tate has decided to start his own political party here in the UK, even though he's not living in the UK. And this party is called BRUV. I don't even know what BRUV stands for. I think it stands for, I'm just going to put it here, but that is hilarious. Now, I have my own thoughts on this, and I thought I would share it. My first thought is that I absolutely really like Andrew. Actually, before I begin, guys, if you guys are looking for cute jewelry, you can click the link in the bio and you can use this code. So yeah, I really like Andrew Tate. Anyone who knows me knows I really like the Tate brothers. I feel like the Tate brothers are kind of like Tommy Robinson, in the sense that they are a symptom of a problem. And that problem is just this lack of masculinity in our society today. You know, everywhere you go, whether it's media, whether it's music, whether it's even just the workforce politically, there's just this obsession with either this demasculating, feminizing, and just bringing down men. It's like men can't just be men anymore. Do you get what I mean? It's like a man flirting with a woman is a problem, and now you have the Me Too brigade trying to sue a man for simply flirting. Like, I'm not sure if you guys have kept up with the whole Blake Lively lawsuit. Like, she's suing her actor partner simply because he came into the room to rehearse lines while she was breastfeeding, even though she said it's okay for him to come into the room. You know, so this is what I mean when I say men can't be men. Not only that, this whole LGBTQ movement that they're trying to push, telling these young boys that they can change their gender. Again, psychologically, you're telling these young boys that there's something wrong with being men. Because have you noticed with the whole LGBTQ movement, they don't push young girls to be men. They don't do it. There's no real talk about men. It's always, let's push men to be more like women, which again is that feminization. And it's just, even just when you look at like films, I was thinking about it the other day, but if you guys ever grew up on like Disney and Nickelodeon, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but they always portrayed the father to just be an idiot. Have you guys ever noticed that? Like, for example, iCarly, her older brother, Freddie, I think that was his name. He was just an idiot. That's a Raven. The dad was just like an idiot. Good Luck Charlie. The dad was just like this goofy idiot. Like, they're psychologically grooming these children to believe that men are just incompetent. Like, when have you ever turned on a sitcom? Even Homer Simpson, he was just like this idiot, you know? So it's like they're grooming these children from young psychologically to believe that men are just incompetent. And I don't like that at all. Again, I'm a Christian, so I'm a firm believer in biblical hierarchy, meaning God first, man, women, and then children. It works. It's like yin and yang. It's like a dance that, you know, if you follow the rhythm and the melody correctly, it just works perfectly. And even me, when I get married, I don't plan to rule over my husband. Any woman who wants to rule over their man, it's just weird. But anyways, guys, I'm rambling. I feel like Andrew Tate, he is just a symptom to a problem, and I really like him. However, I will not be voting for him. If he was to run for prime minister, like seriously, I'm not sure if he's actually being serious. I'm still trying to figure out if this is a joke. I will not be voting for him. And the reason why I will not be voting for him is because Andrew Tate, you're a Muslim. you're a Muslim. You know, he even tweeted something the other day where, I'm going to put the tweet here, but he said the UK is suffering with a Muslim problem whilst also being a Muslim. So he knows his religion is a problem, but yet he's still in the religion. Now, I'm not saying I hate Muslims. I'm not saying I have a problem with Muslims. It's not me saying I'm Islamophobic before you guys start saying that. But what I'm saying is the UK is not suffering with a money problem. We're not suffering with a masculinity problem, even though it is a problem. We're not suffering with a migration. Like, every single issue, you can bring it back down to a godlessness problem. That's our problem. And when I say God, I'm not talking about the God of Islam. I'm not talking about the God of Sikhism. I'm not talking about Baal. I'm not talking about any other God. I'm only talking about the God, which is Jesus Christ. That's what we need in this country. So I feel like Andrew Tate would make a great prime minister. I actually went through his manifestos. We're going to go through it together, guys. Where is it? And he actually has really good manifestos. However, he just needs to convert. I don't know why he's still a Muslim. Like, his brother's a Christian. you can see that he's having this change towards, you know, Islam.
They
Because
didn't
obviously,
apologize. They didn't. Firstly, they're not sorry. This was signed off on. And to sit here and let France mock the country, mock your religion, make fun of every single thing you feel holy. This is the Last Supper. This is everything holy about Christianity, and we say absolutely nothing about it and say, oh, you cannot even complain. What are we doing wrong by saying that this is disgusting? This is not art.
so that's all he needs to do, and I will happily vote for him. I'll even be his vice president. But yeah, let's go through some of his manifestos. One of them is restoring masculinity and strength in schools. So he wants to bring back boxing and wrestling in schools. I feel like that's amazing. I feel like, again, men are just naturally aggressive. I feel like sports is that outlet for them. Is that outlet for them to just be aggressive whilst not causing anyone real harm, but at the same time releasing all that the aggression they have with them. And I've seen that a lot with like working in a school. I used to work in a nursery. Like these little boys, they just want to play rough. The second thing he wants to do is zero tolerance on crime. So hilarious, because Andrew Tate, he said that for those born here, we'll put 23,000 plainclothes officers in London alone. Violent offenders will face the full force of the law and the police officers will meet strict physical standards. I agree. We need that. I'm not sure if you guys have seen recently in the news, but there's so many stabbings. Like when I was younger, and I'm not even that old, but there wasn't this many stabbings. But the reason why there is because, you know, the establishment just isn't harsh enough. A person you guys should definitely follow is the Black Conservative. He talks about this a lot and how the government needs to bring back harsh punishment. But that's one thing I think is amazing. The second thing is accountability on the government. Listen, the whole point of a democracy is being able to tell your government you're in the wrong. You know, when you are not able to tell your government you're in the wrong and you're getting arrested for a Facebook post, that's no longer a democracy. That is a communist state, and the UK is turning into a communist state. Every time I say it, nobody cares, but when you don't listen, you will learn. One day we'll wake up and we'll literally be in a communist state, and you guys will say, how did this happen? The far right was trying to warn you. Prioritizing the NHS, healthcare for Britons first. I think that's amazing. He said priority 1, taxpayers, priority 2, British passport holders, priority 3, everyone else. The NHS with 6 million people waiting for treatment. Wow. The 7.6 million people waiting for treatment in 2023. Well, that's probably gone up 2024. But yeah, we should definitely prioritize. I think what he should add to that is like actually making the NHS healthy and actually giving us more organic ways to heal ourselves, because I feel like a lot of these like shots, injections, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but everyone has some kind of autism and ADHD, and I don't feel like that's coming out of nowhere. I feel like that's coming out of all these injections that they're giving us. So that's another thing I think he could tackle if he converted. No more foreign aid. Yes, please. Like, why are we investing so much money into Israel, investing so much money into Ukraine? Like, our country is literally crumbling. It doesn't look like that royal British country that my parents came to when I look at their old photos. It just looks like Londonistan. Why? Because we're no longer investing in the country. Revolutionizing education, meaning teach our children not just to take jobs. That's amazing. You know, I feel like a lot of university students are coming out of university and are struggling to find jobs. Like, you're lucky to find a job when you come out of university. So teaching kids that skill, how to create work, that will create more jobs, rather than teaching kids to just be slaves. And I think Andrew Tate is the perfect person for that, because he is basically self-made. He also came from Luton, just like Tommy Robinson, and he's built his way up to the top. And now he even has his own university or academy, something like that, where he's teaching other men. And apparently these little boys are doing very well in this Tate University. So he's the man for it. But he needs to convert. Restoring British culture and identity. Again, he's saying all the right things, but British culture is Christianity. There would be no British culture without Christianity, Tate. This is what I mean when I say if we're going to restore British culture, we are going to need Christianity back in our society. Meaning the problem here isn't just immigration and lack of masculinity, it is Christianity. How are we going to do that with a Muslim leader? Andrew Tate, just convert, and I swear to God, I will vote for you. And protecting our children from the transgender, 100%. I feel like this transgenderism thing is disgusting. It's just the worshipping of this demon called Baal. That's a different story for a different day. But if you guys get into it, guys, it's very dark and demonic. It said reforming the BBC. The BBC is so corrupt. Knife crime epidemic, again, we need to crack down on that. There's no reason to why you can juke someone on a train during daylight and get 2 years. No, you need to do life. Introducing BBC punishment at 24/7 live broadcast of a knife crime offender serving solidarity. This is why I love Andrew Tate. He said a live 24/7 live broadcast of those doing solitary confinement. Harsh migration control. Again, Andrew Tate, you're saying all the right things, but most of the people who are migrating here are migrating from Muslim countries. So it sounds a bit weird, a Muslim man saying you Muslim people need to go away. I feel like Andrew Tate, he's in two minds right now, but I just wish he can come into the right place, which is Jesus Christ. Again, there's nothing wrong with migration. My parents are migrants, but mass migration, just this reckless adding of millions of people into the country whilst our infrastructure is very tiny, doesn't make sense. But again, Tate, like, most of these people are coming from your religion, and most of the people that are committing all the crimes, your religion, Tate. So just migrate. But anyways, guys, I think Andrew Tate would make a great prime minister, but he just needs to convert. That's all. You know, Britain, I'll say this again and again and again, everything that you're seeing, whether it's transgenderism, feminism, mass migration, all the isms that you're seeing right now, Islamophobiaism, it all stems from one thing, and that one thing is just this hate towards Christianity and this hate towards Jesus Christ and everything that he created. They're just trying to destroy it, trying to destroy family, trying to destroy men, trying to destroy women, trying to destroy fertility. Like, these are all things that are blessings from God, and the only thing that can fix that is Christianity. So how are we going to do that with a Muslim leader? So yeah, guys, Andrew Tate, just convert. If you guys want more videos like this, like and comment. Bye, guys.